Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's 2025. So listen, if you want to get Red Hat Certified Systems Administrator, you have so many programs online that are like 10,000, 15,000 boot camps that are 10,000, 5,000, 15,000, 20,000. I mean, just really, really crazy expensive. So what I'm trying to do is teach you why you don't need to spend that kind of money, right? So here's some options that are low price, right? So now Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So the training courses for Red Hat are RH124 and RH134. This is for the RHCSA, right? The Red Hat Certified Systems Administrator exam. Now, LabX, a company that is awesome for AI integration and also step-by-step labs, right, has a platform that would allow you to actually stand up and go through actual hands-on simulations. And they have a version that's free, one version that's $99 a year, and another one that is $149 for 2 years. You know, some of these training sites will charge you $200 for 1 year, right? So let me just kind of walk you through it. So this is the first option. Now, there's also a book that you can order from Amazon. Let's see if we can find it. CSA. And what I'm trying to walk you through is how to not spend thousands of dollars, right? I'm talking about less than $200, okay? Now, what you're going to pay for in savings of cost, you're going to pay for in time, right? What you're going to pay for in time regardless, but you can grab this book from Amazon, right? RHEL 9, okay? Then you can use a combination of this book, which is from Asghar Gordy, and you can go to LabX, labx.io skill trees RHEL, and then you can just work through step by step this course, right? And then get to the actual hands-on practice exams. You want to make sure that you download the actual Red Hat Enterprise Linux operating system, right? Go ahead and install VirtualBox on your machine. And I recommend anybody to use bare metal. Don't just use virtual machines. Now, some people say, oh, well, you don't really need bare metal. But you know what? If you purchase a used laptop and install Red Hat Enterprise Linux on it as bare metal, you can either use virtual machines on there, libvirt, or whatever kind of virtual software you want to use. Oracle boxes are easier to set up, less headache, and or you can just really spend the time practicing with something like Code Cloud Engineer, right? But you want to focus on hands-on, not just sitting there reading and looking at something nonstop. You want to actually focus on hands-on. So this is where I say it's a balance, and that I use, right? So LabX, and then you have Code Cloud Engineer. You have multiple levels, right? So you see Linux level 1 goes through all of the basics, right? Click on the drop down, and then they have level 2. And then go to Linux, look at all the stuff that you would do there. And then level 3, go back to Linux, take a look again. And then level 4, right? Work through every single hands-on lab, right? Step by step. Focus on the hands-on. And on Red Hat's website, they have a learning subscription, but it's way too expensive, right? So this is one of the, and it took like 30 seconds to set this up and get it running. It looks like Red Hat's using Instruct. So I'm not sure how much of this you can use before it starts to hit you with the paywall. But as you can see, they have some step-by-step instructions. This is just a lab, right? These are hands-on labs. And you'll find them here on Red Hat Training, Learning Subscription, and it's under, where was it at? Training, Learn Hands-On Labs, under Learn Hands-On Labs. But like I said, it's crazy expensive, right? So as you can see here, if you click on self-paced, then you see the price is just insane, right? So this is really catering towards companies, not just normal, regular, everyday people. So I don't recommend paying for this because, I mean, it's unaffordable. It really is unaffordable for normal people. This is like companies paying for it, right? It's just way too high. So anyway, so Red Hat Enterprise Linux, RHCSA, you have the book here. If you want to follow a step-by-step course, there is one really good step-by-step course on Code Cloud, and I really do enjoy Code Cloud. There's a lot of different ones, but I really enjoy Code Cloud and their methodology of teaching, their integration with labs, and they do have a Red Hat Certified Systems Administrator course. They have an LFCS course, which is a really great precursor, and then RHCSA, and that is a way to get started, to actually get the Red Hat Certified Systems Administrator. So what I'm telling you is that you don't need to spend a bunch of money. You don't need to spend thousands and thousands of dollars. You can go in, start here on LabX, start with the free edition, right? If you're burning through a lot of labs, it's going to hit you with a paywall because of time restrictions. Then go ahead, and if you can afford it, pay the $99 a year. But if you don't want to do that, go ahead and go into, where are you? Oracle VirtualBox, and then you can download for free, download Red Hat Enterprise Linux Developer. So you go to the developer website, you can download it at no cost. I think you get up to like 16 VMs that you can run, and go ahead and just try your labs out, get Ansible set up an Ansible tower, and go ahead and configure and set the automation up, and just go through it step by step, okay? And it's no cost. So you really want to focus on learning Red Hat, not Rocky Linux, not CentOS, not any other RPM rebuild for the exam purposes, right? You need to learn Red Hat for the Red Hat exam. You can use anything you want after. You can use Red Hat, you can use Rocky Linux after, no problem. So if you want to see what Rocky Linux looks like, this is Rocky Linux. I enjoy Rocky Linux. I use Rocky Linux very much, a lot. I do not use CentOS, and Rocky Linux was awesome, right? So, but for the exam purposes, go ahead and use LabX, run through the entire course, complete everything, right? Then after you get done completing everything, go ahead and go over to Code Cloud Engineer and go through every single step, every single level 1 all the way to level 4, complete every single step. And then make sure that you practice hands-on with your own virtual machine on Oracle Box. Set up your labs, test, break it, root logins, try everything that is on the exam, test it over and over again, and then go and schedule the exam. All right. So that's how you can, spend just a few $100s trying to get everything running. If you do this process, like I said, it's $99 for the year. If you want to pay for the entire year, if you're using the labs a lot, which is fine, which is good. Code Cloud Engineer, there's no cost for Code Cloud Engineer. And the virtual machines, there's no cost to download the the free edition of Red Hat Enterprise Linux. I think it's up to 16. I haven't seen it recently, but I believe it is up to 16 VMs. But it's more than enough. 4 or 5 is enough, but you can go buck wild if you want, right? And just test, simulate, do everything, follow the instructions step by step of what you need, right? If you are able to find a company that is a partner, a Red Hat partner, then you will be able to go and take Red Hat Enterprise Linux training, the RHCSA training, for free for a Red Hat partner, but that's only a Red Hat partner, right? So that's it. That's all you got to do, right? So if you're not a Red Hat partner, you don't work for a company that's a Red Hat partner, then the way you do it, go to LabX. After you go to LabX, download Oracle VirtualBox, download the Red Hat Enterprise Linux OS, and get started. And you can go ahead and grab this book from Amazon and go step by step. This is not going to cost you $300. It's not. And it's going to take you roughly about 4 to 6 months, maybe 8 months. Then go ahead and take the exam. Start applying for jobs, right? Now, if you want to take the CompTIA Linux Plus, if you're trying to get a government job, right? So CompTIA Linux Plus is recognized by what's called the 8140 for DoD, right? If you look for Linux jobs. CompTIA Linux Plus is fine if you're looking for a Linux job, right? It's a beginner level cert. I think the new version has a little bit of hands-on to it, not just multiple choice, but yes, so it is on the DoD. All right. yeah, they now have some performance-based questions on it. That's great. They used to be all multiple. I hate that. Right. So I'm glad to see they did some performance-based questions on the exam now. So Linux Plus is a very good start to help you and just start applying for jobs immediately. You run through all the labs on here and you run through all the training. Just go ahead and challenge the exam. Just challenge it and go take it. Right. Get the Linux Plus, then start applying for jobs like crazy. Right. Then get your RHCSA. Apply for Linux administrator jobs. Apply. Just get started and start applying. Start off as a junior Linux admin and just keep going, right? Just keep growing from there. All right. I hope this is helpful and I hope that someone else benefits from this. Talk to you soon.